Before Elvis, before Chuck Berry, before Little Richard, there was Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and she didn't just influence rock and roll. She invented it. 1938. A black woman with a guitar steps onto a stage and plays music nobody has ever heard before. She's blending gospel with rhythm and blues. She's distorting her guitar. She's creating a sound that will change music forever. She's playing what will later be called rock and roll. But right now, she's just Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and she's doing something revolutionary. Her songs Strange Things Happening Every Day and Up Above My Head are electric. Literally, she's one of the first artists to use an electric guitar as a lead instrument. Her picking style, her stage presence, her energy, this is rock and roll. In the 1940s, before the world even had a name for it, Johnny Cash watched her perform and called her his favorite singer. Little Richard said she was his greatest influence. Elvis copied her moves. Chuck Berry took her guitar technique. The Beatles studied her recordings. Every single rock and roll legend that came after her stood on her shoulders. But when rock and roll exploded in the 1950s, it was white men who became millionaires. Elvis became the king of rock and roll, playing black music. Record companies marketed rock and roll as a white invention. Sister Rosetta Tharpe was erased from the story. She kept performing, but the recognition never came. The wealth never came. While white rock stars bought mansions and luxury cars, Sister Rosetta struggled financially. She continued to tour, playing smaller venues, watching the world celebrate a sound she created without ever saying her name. She died in 1973, buried in an unmarked grave. For over 30 years, there was no headstone, no memorial, nothing to show that the godmother of rock and roll was resting there. Finally, in 2007, fans raised money for a proper headstone. In 2018, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Decades too late. A black queer woman invented rock and roll. White men became legends. She died in poverty. That's not an accident. That's theft. Cultural theft with a price tag. Nothing for the creator, millions for the imitators. Subscribe to Black Legacy, where we make the heroes the hero they are.